Puffin Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Thomas. And usually sitting here beside me is Kita, the elk hound, who is not inside today. She is outside enjoying the beautiful that we rarely get this time of year. And today I'm doing something a little bit different than usual. Instead of recording and then posting a few days later and doing my drawings at a separate time, if I do a drawing that particular week, I am doing one drawing live and recording at the same time. So I'm not sure how well this is going to go, or if I'm going to keep talking at a good pace or not, because my thoughts might be distracted by trying to color or something. But we'll see how well it goes. I'm hoping this works out well and this becomes the regular format for the show, because I think it will be more engaging and just more fun all around. So we'll see. And yeah, so kind of going on that, I think that's pretty much going to be the topic for this week, is just trying new things. So for me right now, this is something new I'm trying. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I'm giving it a go anyways. And I feel like that is an important thing to do in our everyday life, is trying new things when we can. Oftentimes trying new things may take a while before we actually try it. May have an idea that we want to try, but it may take a while before we actually work up the courage to do it, or work out in our minds how we're going to do it. And that's okay if, you got something you want to try, but you're not willing to do it right away. I mean, I've been toying with doing this idea for a while now, and it wasn't until just a few days ago that I committed to giving this format a try. And I'm thinking it's going to work out pretty well, pretty confident. There's a few things that kind of went into me, just jumping into changing how I've been doing things. And one of that is been doing card opening videos. If you follow my YouTube channel, you've probably noticed that. And with that, I kind of feel, that the live thing is a little more fun in ways, because it comes easier to engage with people. And for me, it's, when I'm doing the recordings, I tend to over analyze what I do and go back and change things that maybe don't need to be changed or whatnot. And with the live, it's kind of more authentic in my mind, because it's just, you got the one shot and you do what you do, and that's what happens. And that's just how life is. There's no do-overs. So, I like to make the podcast kind of like life, since that's kind of what I talk about is life. And yeah, speaking of life, life's pretty good right now. I got my wife over there in the kitchen listening to some good old country music, making a good pot of gumbo. So I'm looking forward to that later. Look at this little Puffin. He's starting off pretty good. He's got a good little life starting. See what kind of design we come up with to go behind him today. Let's see, where's my orange at? There we go. All right, let's use this one. Get this beat going. So if you're new to watching the show, because I am broadcasting this on Twitch, my normal podcast usually just goes on to Apple and Google and Spotify, as well as YouTube with the hyperlapse videos, or just stills of my drawings. So you may be new if you're tuning in on Twitch. So I'll just kind of go a little into kind of like who I am and what this podcast is about. But essentially, I just talk about myself and my life, and I'm just I feel like I'm a pretty simple guy living here in Alaska, trying to share that unique life because I grew up in Arkansas, but so I kind of know how it is from the outside perspective. A lot of people tend to think Alaska's some crazy place that's yet to be conquered, but it's really not much different than anywhere else. Just this Sharpie's like really kind of bent weird. That's kind of weird. I don't know if you can see that. The tip's all like wonky sideways. But I mean, it's pretty much just like anywhere else, but a few extra challenges, especially for us being on an island with bears. So people say, "Oh, there's so much more wildlife in Alaska." I don't know. It's just different wildlife than what a lot of people are used to, I think. But that's kind of the rundown. I got my wife and my kid. I talk about my kid a lot because he does some crazy shenanigans, and I get him into a lot of them, and we just have a good time a lot, me and him. So that's kind of what I'm at. I'm trying to be an advocate for mental health as much as I can because it's important to me because I work 911 dispatch, and so I see a lot of people who have mental health issues that it's not necessarily their fault, but they get in trouble because they don't know how to manage it. And then I left the Coast Guard from medical retirement due to mental health issues, and so I've seen how it can affect our military and veterans. So that's something that I try and talk about is ways I deal with my mental health and hopefully help others as well, just from hearing me talk. If it helps someone, I'm happy. If it doesn't, at least I tried. And oh man, my wife just had a good jam. Come on. Some good old Glenn Campbell. Good Arkansas musician right there that I grew up listening to. Yeah. This design's coming out pretty good, I think. It's going to be good once I get some color into it. But yeah, so like I said, there's probably going to be some awkward pauses today because I'm not used to talking while I do my drawings. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Basic outline here. And oh man, I thought I had my hyperlapse turned on for other use, but I guess I have to hit play on that. That's okay. You still be on for the editing color portion of this. Let's see here. Start with some blue and get this going. But yeah, so I do these puffin drawings, like I said, with the mental health. It's been a vision of what I like to try and encourage people to get help with, and this often neglected part of our health, in my opinion. For me, doing these drawings is a way to relax and just kind of clear my head for a little bit, and feel like that helps me, especially when my anxiety is getting high. It gives me something to focus on and kind of come down from that a little bit. And I feel like it helps me to draw that maybe someone else might be, watching it or, seeing the art itself, even though I don't think it's the best in the world, but it's fun and I feel like I get some cool colors going. So, maybe someone, just enjoys in the process of it. I don't know. What it is for me, it's a big help with my health and my anxiety at bay at times. And so it's kind of been really cool around our place lately because we're in the middle of hockey season right now for my kid. He's 5. He is all about his hockey plan. I got lucky I was able to get a half day off this past weekend to go to one of his games. And it's funny because he kind of got upset when I was trying to take some pictures while he was playing, and he saw me taking a picture. So he skated over to the glass and he hit a stick on the glass by where I was sitting at. And after the game, I asked him, I was like, "Why'd you hit your stick at me?" He's like, "I didn't want you taking my picture." And I just thought it was funny that he's so focused taking his picture, and I'm like, just go play, dude. But he goes to practice, and you know which kid he is wherever, because you'll just hear a random kid yelling, "Hockey! Hockey!" You know it's him. Because that's what it is. He's just so enthusiastic about getting to play, and he just yells it out. And I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I hope he's on to that enthusiasm as soon as he wants to play. But he comes home from hockey and he takes off his skates and all his gear. And he puts on his skates and gets one of his mini sticks and just skating around the house, using whatever he can find as a puck hit. And like make imaginary goals for like the hallway and try and play. Maybe to play hockey with him in the house. And so it's just awesome. I love seeing that enthusiasm from him with something. But I mean, if any of you have kids, you probably realize that your kids have something that interests them that they get enthusiastic about, and whether it's something you knew much about before you find yourself getting into it yourself, just to support them and really that good connection with them. Hockey is for us. Like hockey, like I've liked hockey my whole life. I've never known much about it, and I really followed too much on TV because wasn't much exposure in Arkansas. But since Cowson's really got into hockey, I've been paying attention more to like NHL and the with hockey because Cowson's into it, so it's something good that. And I'm really enjoying that. Because Phyllis can find things that we can connect with, and it's not about what I like; it's more about what he likes, and letting him discover his own interest on his own, and not forcing him in my interest simply because they're. Yeah, this design is coming out really good, I think. So more intricate originally planned. It's not really the idea I had in my mind, but what came out. That's kind of how I like to do these. I don't have like a set time with on. Just let them come how they do. I think that's the best way to do it. And, yeah, these things take. I don't know. This is one of my smaller notebooks, so this typically takes around 5 minutes to do, depending on how I have the design set up. So I kind of something fun that happened this past week is my wife found out this. So we have an Alexa, and apparently you can do this thing called the Akinator with it. Where it's just a trivia game where I guess is wake it up. I ask you questions, and whenever I try to do it, like it either starts or it stops after like 2 questions, just because it doesn't pick up my voice well or something. I don't know, but I just think it's funny that we keep trying to do this thing and it never works for me, but it'll work for her. And she tells me it's because it doesn't like my voice or pronunciating properly. And I'm like, no, I just got too good of a mental block for this thing to read my mind. That's what it says. Is like when you have like it says, I can read your mind. I'm like, I'm sure you know, like the government programmed you to do so. But yeah, that's just kind of something funny that happened this week, I think. Gosh, I had probably not really crazy, just unexpected call the other day. Like this was like 8:30 in the morning. I'd just come on for this level of town stupidity to have radio. I had someone call me. I work 911, police, fire, dispatch. And I had someone call me because in the downtown square, now, Kodiak's a small town. It's common for us to get animals in town. And someone called me from the downtown because some of our local homeless population had chased down some deer, attempted to feed them, and began hitting the deer. I was not ready to dispatch the homeless deer fight that day. I was like, it's 8:30. I hadn't had my coffee yet. I was not ready to talk about homeless people fighting deer. But yeah, just deer in the downtown square. It really isn't that uncommon for us. I've been driving through town and had bear. So that's kind of an interesting thing about being in Kodiak. A main section of the road in town and come across a bear. And not just the little bear either. They're a pretty good sized bear in town sometimes. But yeah, that's always fun having to get people calling because the bear have broken into their garage or something. They can open doors like cars. The bear here, they open car doors. For the first time of a bear opening a car door, like, what? So that's why you have your doors here, not because people break in and take stuff, because the bears getting in there and digging through it. This right here, this is like one of my favorite color options to do is with green. I'll probably do red as a third color. But I think usually go well together for whatever reason. Yeah. But yeah, she's over there cooking that gumbo, and it's like one of the worst times to not have a sense of smell when gumbo is cooked. Man, gumbo smells good, but I've had a sense of smell in several years. It'll occasionally come for like a week or so, and then it's gone again. But yeah, that's a curse not being able to some gumbo cooking. I remember being a kid going to my great grandma's house and smelling gumbo, and before you even get to the door, that was always good memories there. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm ready for that gumbo. It's gonna be good. I haven't been talking about gumbo for a few weeks. We need to. Wish we could do a crawfish etouffee, but it's hard to get crawfish up here. I have to do a etouffee one of these days. Have crawfish. And yeah, this here, this puffin turned out pretty good. Yeah. It's just a good day. Just kind of calm. Kids at school right now, doing a drawing, she's cooking. Yeah, it's a good day. It's nice out, so I mean, hopefully we get out for a little bit. We don't get too many nice things like this. We got going over for game night, so that's good. I haven't had people over in a while, so good games. Have a good time. Yeah. Been doing a lot of cleaning around the house today. Getting things. One thing is like for both, like our table gets pretty cluttered out here. Just packets get piled up. Calcium brings schoolwork home. It just ends up on the table. We don't really think of where to put it. And before you know it, like we get to have the table cleared off, and before you know it, it's back to being piled with stuff, and it'll end up sitting on it for like a few days. It will get motivated to clear it off, and it's just a cycle. It just goes on and on. But I think that's one of the things with kids is you get used to before them to be able to clean and have looking immaculate all the time. It's how you are, but then once you start having all these other things that you're doing, and some of the minor cleaning like that kind of gets overlooked for a little bit. And you do this done, it's like, oh, it's time to do it again, and you kind of it off because I'm exhausted from doing it the last time. But that's how it is for us, at least. Also, man, he did some funny stuff the other day. So he wants to go see his cousin, and his cousin's 1 year younger than him, and they're best friends whenever they're around each other. But I don't know, maybe like 1 2 years since they've been born. But they are a hoot together, and they remember everything they do together. And then Calvin, he just packed his suitcase and was like, "I'm going to Cousin Cregan's house." And we're like, "You can't just go to Cousin Cregan's house. Everybody's 4,500 miles away, dude." Yeah, it's just kind of fun. I'm like, you do realize that you have to fly on 4 different flights to get to him. And it's like, thinks you could just go like, "Oh, this house. I can just in a few minutes." No, don't work that way, kid. Don't work that way. Wish it did. It don't. Those two are something else when they're together. Yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be good. This puppet here is turning out good. And Calvin's kind of been getting to do some painting lately. Randy got me a little paint stuff for Christmas, and at least 1 week Calvin throws a fit because he wants to be paid. And I try to do it with him, but you can't just every night do it. He goes to do it though. He doesn't really pay attention to what he's doing. He just wants to get it. He's just so excited. But he painted a cool little crow the other day. And that was fun getting to watch him get into the painting and doing art himself. He got a whole little thing. I had a couple like mini canvases that I did a couple little puffins on. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it's new things, you know. one more color. This one, see here. What color can we use? Color black. Let's see here. Let's go with this one here. Yeah, I think that's a good offset color to go against these. Yeah. Yeah, get probably like a purple or something. Do a couple of these little spots. This color is kind of similar to the orange I used for the beak and the legs. I don't think again, at least to me, I have a slight issue telling shade colors. Completely colorblind, but I do have some color deficiency. So I know these are different colors, but they look pretty similar to me. So I always use something else for those two spots, the beak and the legs. This color works pretty well. These larger spots, like, I have to open my other pack of pieces. Have some more colors on the larger size, and just the ultra fines. Yeah, so like this has worked out pretty well doing this like this, talking while I'm. There's a few losses, but that was to be expected, I think. Less than I thought, and that's kind of on track talking most of the time. It's pretty enjoyable thought doing it like this. I feel like I'm sharing more of myself than I just and talk and cram it, get it a 15-minute slot. And I might try it like this again a few more times, man. Every show, but a couple of shows at least. Yeah, done pretty shortly. Thank everyone for tuning in. To those of you who tuned in live and check it out later, thank you first. stopping by and spending this time with me today. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you're into sports, then in particular, check out some of my opening videos. Those are pretty, I think, especially since I've been doing the past. Just come across players you don't really hear much about anymore, and like some of those old times and feeling nostalgia. Or if you're into the paranormal, go check out the Puffin. Interesting enough, has broke the top 100 in the documentary category in Austria. That's pretty cool. I thought was happened this week. I don't know how it's getting popular in Austria, or who's translating it into German, or they're just listening to it in English. I don't know. Well, that's pretty cool. That's gonna pretty much do it for this. Once I finish this last little bit, hope you all come back next week and enjoy another drawing with me. I enjoy having y'all here and sharing this little bit of my life with y'all. That's gonna be it. That's today's drawing. Cool little thing with some geometrical background. And I'll catch you all next